Hi everyone, welcome to Sweet Pieces Inspirations. My name is Sydney and welcome to week number 3 of Battle of the Stitches with Teresa from Critters Crochet and Heather from Strings and Threads. If you don't know what Battle of the Stitches is, I'll give a little rundown real quick before we actually get into the details about this bag. So it is a collaboration between Teresa and Heather themselves, but they have asked other content creators to join, and for the month of July I was their special guest. So they are following a book and going strictly by the stitches themselves in order. And so for the month of July, the shallow single crochet, also known as the waistcoat, and the crochet knit stitch was the stitch for the month of July. So what we had to do was give a tutorial, which was week number 1. Week number 2 was a sneak peek of what each other are making. Now we do not know what each other are making, so it is a complete surprise all the way up to week number 3, which is today. So the surprise or the project that I have created for the shallow single crochet is a little notion bag, which I love this. It is so very cute, and you may even have a chance to win this if you would like. There will be a community post posted on mine, Heather's, and Teresa's that you have the option to vote of which one you like, but also comment on each post. That way you can be entered in the drawing, and those community posts will go out on July 17th of 2024. So you will have 2 weeks to get your votes in. There will be a drawing on July 31st, I believe, and it will be live over at Teresa's channel. Let's go ahead and go over some materials that you will need for today's tutorial. So the very first thing is going to be yarn, and you are going to need a number 4 weight yarn. So any 4 weight yarn of your choice. You will need at least, I would say, overestimating 150 to possibly 200 yards, if not a little bit more than that. But again, you can use whatever 4 weight yarn you would like. And then you are going to need a 6mm hook. Now with 4 weight yarn, I usually use a 5 or a 5.5mm hook, but where the shallow single crochet stitch is a little tight, you do need to go up a size or 2 for your crochet hook. Then you are going to need a cute button of your choice, and along with that, to sew that on along with your edges and any loose ends, you will need a tapestry or darning needle. Now keep in mind, you are going to need one small enough that you can slip in between the holes for your button. So if you need 2 different sizes like I have here, that is perfectly okay. And then of course your scissors. So go ahead and grab your yarn, grab your hooks, and let's get started. Once you have gotten all 31 chains, we're going to go into the second chain from our hook, so 1 and 2, and we're going to go ahead and place a single crochet in each of our chains, giving us a total of 30 single crochets. So I'm going to go ahead and work my single crochets at each of my chain, and then I will meet you for our shallow single crochet. Once you have gotten all 30 single crochets into your chain, we're going to start working on the shallow single crochet, also known as the waistcoat, and the crochet knit stitch. We'll be working this stitch for a total of 38 rows, and if you need a little bit more in-depth tutorial for this stitch, I will attach the tutorial that I do have for the shallow single crochet to this video, and then you can come back if you need to go to that video for reference. So we're going to start off by chaining 1 and turn our work. Now the first stitch is a little bit tricky to work into, so I'm going to go to the second stitch to show you exactly what we're going to be doing. So you will see that there is this horizontal bar right here, and then right underneath that horizontal bar there is an upside down V shape, which consists of 2 bars. And we are going to work in between those bars. So right here is where we're going to work into, but that's for the second stitch. So the very first stitch, you'll do the exact same thing, but it's a little bit harder to find. So just find your horizontal bar here, and then find your upside down V shape, and then go in between those 2 bars for your vertical V, or your upside down V, sorry. So then again, we're going to find this horizontal bar, find the upside down V shape, and work in between those 2 bars. And that is what we're going to do for the remaining of this row. So again, find the horizontal bar, find your upside down V shape, work in between those 2 bars, and then place a single crochet. Again, find your horizontal bar, find your upside down V shape, and place a single crochet in between those 2, in between the upside down V shape. So go ahead and continue repeating that for the remaining of this row and for a total of 38 rows. Once you have gotten all 38 rows, you should have a crochet flat that looks similar to this, and it should roughly measure about 8 inches and 3/4. So now we're going to go ahead and change the color of our yarn if you like to, which I have already done that. And we're going to start working on the flap for our notion bag, which is going to consist of a 2-row repeat. So we're going to go ahead and chain 1 after you have changed your color. Go ahead and turn your work. And now for row 1, we're going to go ahead and place a regular single crochet in each of our stitches. So you should have a total of 30 regular single crochets. I'm going to go ahead and work this real quick. So that was the first row repeat. Again, you should have a total of 30 single crochets. And now for the second row repeat, we're going to go ahead and chain 2, turn your work, and we're going to do a double half double together. So we're going to go ahead and yarn over, go into that very first stitch, draw up a loop to where there is 3 loops on your hook, pull through 2. We're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, draw up a loop to now there is 4 loops on your hook, and we're going to pull through all 4 loops. So that is a double half double 2 together, and then we're going to chain 1. We're going to go to the next stitch, yarn over, go into that stitch, draw up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the next stitch, draw up a loop, and pull through all 4 of them loops. Again, that is a double half double 2 together, making sure you chain 1. Again, we're going to go ahead and yarn over, go into the next stitch, draw up a loop to where there is 3 loops on your hook, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the next stitch, draw up a loop to now there is 4 loops on your hook, and pull through all 4, chain 1. So that is going to be the repeat unit for our second row repeat. So again, one more time, we're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, draw up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the next stitch, draw up a loop, and pull through all 4. Chain 1. So go ahead and continue repeating that until you have made it to the end of your row. Now we're going to be working the first row repeat again. So go ahead and chain 1, turn your work, and now we're going to place a single crochet in each of our stitches. So that includes the 2 together and the chain 1 space, which will give you a total of 30 single crochets. So go ahead and work a single crochet in each of your stitches. Again, that's the 2 together and the chain 1 space. Your last stitch will be in that chain 2 space. So again, that was the first row repeat. You should have a total of 30 single crochets. And now again, the second row repeat. So again, chain 2, turn your work, and we're going to be working a double crochet, half double crochet 2 together. So start off by yarn over, go into that very first stitch, draw up a loop to where there is 3 loops on your hook, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the next stitch, draw up a loop to now there is 4 loops on your hook, and pull through all 4. Chain 1, and that is the repeat unit. So again, yarn over, go into the next stitch, draw up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the next stitch, draw up a loop, and pull through all 4. Chain 1, one more time, yarn over, go into the next stitch, draw up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the next stitch, draw up a loop, and pull through all 4. Chain 1. Go ahead and continue that the repeat unit until you have made it to the end of your row, and you can go ahead and continue the 2 row repeats for a total of 8 rows. Once you have gotten all 8 rows completed, we're going to go ahead and chain 1, and you're going to place a single crochet in the next 15 stitches. So again, place a single crochet in the next 15 stitches. Go ahead and chain 5, or how many ever you would like, depending on where you are placing your button, which I have a stitch marker and holds of where I'm going to be placing my button at. And then once you have that chain 5, you're going to go ahead and place a single crochet into the next 15 stitches. Once you have gotten those 15 single crochets completed, you can go ahead and cut your yarn and weave in your ends, and then you can go ahead and sew your button on. And what I did was I placed a stitch marker exactly where I wanted my button, and then I worked from inside out. After I got my button sewed on, I did place a few knots here so that my button wouldn't fall off. And then I turned my project inside out and sewed my 2 ends together so that there was not a seam line going down both sides on the outside. And And that is it for our crochet notion bag. Again, this was for Battle of the Stitches with Teresa from Critters Crochet and Heather from Strings and Threads. This was an absolute blast, and please check out both of those ladies to see what they made for Battle of Stitches for the month of July. There will be a community post of where you can vote on whose project you like the best, and whichever one got the most votes, you will actually have the chance to win that project. But you do have to comment on each community post. If you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can feel free to email me if it has anything to do related with the bag itself. But if anything related with Battle of the Stitches, you can email me or Teresa and Heather as well. But I want to thank you for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial, and I will see you in the next video.